Okay, so Blizz just released class tuning for Season 3. I'm going to give you a TLDR if you don't actually want to sit through a 20-minute video explaining everything in depth. So we're going to go over it very simply as somebody who has exclusively been playing PTR and is very familiar with how the classes are functioning. Stay tuned if you want the whole in-depth guide. Basically, Frost Decay, good. Frost Decay buff. Frost Decay real good. All right, play Frost Decay, very good. Unholy Decay is medium. It's good. These are good buffs. It's not the best. It's all right. Demon Hunter got a slap so light that not even the most vanilla people would enjoy it. Still very good. Druid, I don't know why. They nerfed it very hard. Guardian, bad. Ow. Guardian, sad. Guardian's real sad. This is a balance change that actually just completely sidelined Guardian. Very sad. Temporal. Evoker, Pres Evoker, very good. I like Pres Evoker. Pres Evoker, Sleeper, good. Flame Shaper, Pres Evoker. This is only for raid. Doesn't affect keys whatsoever. Beastmaster Hunter did not get nerfed. Very good. Beastmaster Hunter stocks up. Arcane Mage buffed. Why did they do this? All right, here we go. Well, basically, we'll keep going. Mystic Touch buffed. Basically, this is actually a gigantic increase for Fizz comps of huge, huge, huge. Monk stocks have never been higher in keys. This is all monk specs. Every single monk. Big. This is the most massive buff they could possibly get, to be honest. This is wildly good for keys. Okay, so that's the main thing about this patch notes. Lightsmith Prop Pally kind of nerfed, but 4-set kind of buffed. Is Prop Pally. Elemental Shaman and Enhancement Shaman, small nerfs. These are fine. Elemental and Enhance will basically have the same exact spot in keys that they did. It's good. Colossus Prot Warrior took a nerf. That isn't really a nerf. This basically affects almost nothing. It's like a 1% change. Colossus Prot Warrior, very good. Mountain Thane Prot Warrior. Slayer Warrior. That's all. Those are the class changes. Now we'll go in depth. You can stop the video if that's all you wanted to hear. Okay, moving back up. Frost Decay. This change right here is actually fairly decent. I think that it needed maybe like a tiny little bit. The thing is that a very good Frost Decay was already doing very competitive damage. So the fact that they're just straight buffing it is interesting. This is quite a big buff. I know they changed breaths and people were unhappy about it, but basically expect to see Frost Decay performing incredibly well after this. Unholy, we'll have to test, see exactly what this is. These look like big numbers. They are big numbers, but it was really, I mean, they really hurt that spec, so unsure. To be honest, unsure. We have to see. I'll have to test. I'll be testing today all day on PTR. I mean, this is ridiculous. The Demon Hunter changes. This is a small, tiny, basically nothing nerf to the 2-set. I mean, this is ridiculous. This changes nothing about VDH. Literally, you will not even notice this. This is fine. Its damage wasn't even the highest, but still, it's VDH. So I'm really praying for more. Honestly, VDH needs a lot more. I think they need to old the other VDH, take it out back, and bye-bye. It's been meta for too long. This is the most unfortunate thing. The only good thing about reading this today was that I was drinking coffee with a lot of condensed milk while I read it, and that made me slightly happy. But other than that, this was just, I mean, Guardian Druid needed a buff. It didn't need a nerf. It did not need a nerf. After extensive testing, and I played Guardian a ton on PTR, I cannot, under any circumstances, catch the damage of my other tanks. It's very tanky. It's still Guardian, but Guardian needs a buff, not a nerf. Like, it was already, like, low B tier. It was sturdy. It's a good tank. Sturdy tank. It's got utility this season with Poison and Curse Dispel, but still, this is just aimed at boomie. Like, clearly, this is just, they didn't even put Guardian. It's a Loon's Chosen. This is a boomie nerf that is just, Guardian caught this last season too, but Guardian just catching strays. This is really unfortunate. This really, really, really affects Guardian. It's not the craziest of nerfs. It's just like Guardian was already in kind of a precarious spot. It didn't need nerfs. It needed buffs. So this is a big problem with this. The Feral thing, this is fine. Honestly, it's fine. Actually, I think Feral was slightly underperforming damage-wise, so this is good. I'm really sad about this, to be honest. I hope that they fix an interaction here because they didn't nerf the other tanks nearly enough for the fact that this was not changed. Also, Blood Decay got slightly more damage required. Blood Decay needed it. This is insanely OP. This was already active last week, actually. They just didn't put it in the notes, but this was already changed last week. Very, 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 very good, to be honest. Pres Evoker stocks are the best that they've ever been since it was released in the OP state that it actually was. This is, like I said, just for raid. This is only affecting raid. You don't play Flame Shaper and keys. Scale Commander, yeah, that makes sense. Beastmaster, surprised this wasn't straight nerfed. I genuinely think this is one of the best specs in Mythic Plus right now. After testing today, and especially after this tuning, I'm going to make a proper tier list. I've been collecting notes for all my PTR, collecting overalls, collecting damage done, collecting damage profiles, seeing how specs are performing. as well as testing most of them myself. I spent about 4 or 5 hours playing Hunter, and this spec is really busted. It's very, very, very good. I think people are sleeping on it a little bit because most people are playing Marksman, but borderline Beastmaster's better. Okay, the Mage changes. The thing is with the Arcane set, they clearly tuned this one for Raid. This is like a Raid focus thing where Arcane was like middle of the pack in Raid, and you know that they can't let Mages be middle of the pack because they're Blizzard and Mages are the main character of the game, so they buffed it. This was a small nerf, to be honest, but it's not the biggest nerf. Like, it's pretty chill. I mean, this is not exactly the biggest buff either, but basically Mage untouched. The biggest thing is that Mage is untouched. And that's interesting because Mage is still overperforming slightly. This is, like I said, the biggest change. How this actually affects it is a Monk is basically required for Fizz comps. Brewmaster is obviously looking super strong, and you'll notice there are no nerfs to Brewmaster. So realistically, Brewmaster, with this change, goes up to S+ tier. Like, you have 3 tanks right now that are going to be meta, which is going to be Brewmaster, VDH, and Prot Warrior. Prot Warrior got, again, this change that almost affects nothing, which I'll go over in a second. So, very interesting, very interesting. Lightsmith Prot Pally. This looks like a big change, but then this is actually a buff. This wasn't actually implemented before. So, borderline, because you get a lot of Masterwork stacks. So, effectively, it's like Lesser Armament is going to have 100% uptime? Like, a lot. Like, this is going to have not 100%, but it's going to have very high uptime. So, how this actually plays out will be interesting. The more interesting thing is your healer is going to have lesser armament on it as well, which does technically replicate a little bit of healing done. I'm curious about exactly how this plays out. Prot Pally will still, I think, be exactly how Prot Pally is right now, which is pretty high damage. The 25% here is a lot, but it's not crazy if this actually works the way I think it'll work. Have to test it. I will test it today or throughout the week on PTR. This in particular, you'll see this in Gambit. When you get to pull Tazvesh Gambit and Halls of Atonement, big AoE pulls, very, very fun. I'll see how this plays. These are fine. Enhancement is kind of over. I don't think Elemental was actually that good right now, to be honest. So, small nerf here. Feels like it was more targeted at Enhance. Enhance was overperforming a little bit. Not crazy, though. I didn't think Enhance, actually, in all my testing, Enhance wasn't like the top DPS specialization in any way, shape, or form, not even on single target. There were specs overperforming compared to Enhance. So mostly you want a Shaman in your group, especially if you play Fizz comp or if you play Magic comp. Shaman buff and keys is so important that you're thinking automatically, what Shaman spec can I play? Resto Shaman seems fine, but there's clearly a meta healer right now, and it's not Resto Shaman. So whether or not you actually play Shaman and how you get your buff is basically a DPS Shaman, almost certainly right now. Resto Shaman will be fine. It's just not the top healer. So yeah, this is a joke. This is hilarious because the thing is, you're already going to be playing 35-40% crit, and you don't depend on this to make sure your tier set is proccing. Like, you will just send both shield slams because damage. So it's a very small damage nerf because you just get one less 100% crit shield slam, but your tier set uptime does not really get affected by this if you don't know how this works. The reason that Prot Warrior is doing a ton of self-healing through Fueled by Violence, which I'm sure you've heard people talk about, if you're watching this video to the end, you are clearly a World of Warcraft fan, and you are hearing about how Prot Warrior has crazy self-sustain on AoE, which is true, because they buff the talent baseline Fueled by Violence, which is a healing based on their bleed damage done, and the way that their tier set currently works is when you critical strike with your shield slam, you get the percentage, you get a number that increases the amounts of bleed damage you're currently dealing. In other words, more shield slam crits equals higher uptime on this 8-second buff, but you are playing enough crit where you will just have that uptime regardless of whether or not your Demolish guarantees the crit chance, because you're going to be playing such high crit with our new scaling gear and the fact that Prot Warrior actually likes crit haste anyways, so you're already going to have enough crit to basically guarantee you hit shield slam so often. This might give you 2% less uptime, which is fine. It's mostly a single target slight nerf because you'll get one less crit over the two less crits. It's fine. You're still going to crit a bunch on shield slam. So basically, this doesn't actually change Prot Warrior at all. They didn't actually target the actual nerf of Fueled by Violence, so I guess play Prot Warrior. Mountain Thane. But actually, the Brewmaster change nerfs Prot Warrior more. To be honest, the funny thing is that the Brewmaster change nerfs Prot Warrior. The Monk change nerfs this more than actual Prot Warrior nerfs, because now all of a sudden Monk gives 3% more, and Brewmaster was already good. So Brewmaster Stonks up, Prot Warrior Stonks 1 down. Interesting. They switch positions. Okay, Mountain Thane. This is hilarious. It will still not be played. Anytime they increase something by 725% and it's still not played, you know it's bad. This is also hilarious. I mean, I tried this once on PTR. I tried it in the Ecodome last week. It was funny. It worked. I mean, it's fine. Actually, the one thing I'm curious about is for Prot Warriors who do not like how Colossus plays, I wonder if this makes Mountain Thane competitive. I mean, that is a big number, right? It basically goes from doing 5% to, I mean, maybe it's enough. It actually didn't do nothing. Like, when I played Mountain Thane, it did some damn. So it's a little squishier still than Colossus, but it's simple and straightforward. So maybe there are people who will enjoy Mountain Thane, and honestly, fair buff to them. I still think you play Colossus. We'll see. I'll test it today. This is also the most hilarious thing. I kind of want to take this talent just to troll in something like a Dawnbreaker and see what happens. But, I mean, imagine you depend on this at any point as a tank and you die. That'll be funny. Okay, that's it. And then, obviously, Fury. This was, I mean, what is this, man? Rest in peace, Fury Warrior. All right, notable specs missing from this. Shadow Priest is not nerfed. Shadow Priest is insane right now. They do so much damage. Rogue specs, where are you? It's good to see you. I'm a Guardian Druid, so you can join me in the bin. And other DPS warrior specs. What's this? there's a lot of things missing from here. Windwalker, there's a bunch of things that I think I would have chosen to like at least adjust. And the fact that they're not here makes me hopeful that there will be more tuning soon. But if there's not more tuning, lock in your meta choices because they're just doubling down. Every single thing on here just literally doubles down on meta. So anyways, I'm going to try to make more of these over time when Blue Pose comes out. I'll try to do the same version I did today where if you want to stick around for the whole video and you're still watching, I'll actually explain things in depth based on what I know about the game. And then alternatively to that, I will just go over like a TLDR. So if you watch the first minute, you'll be like, cool, got it. That's what it is. So hopefully that format works for people. All right, I'm going to just finish this up, upload this, and get to stream today. So I'll see you there. Bye.